Hey everybody, we're at Perfect Clean in Northbrook. Southwest Coating Services with you here, and just pulled up. We just started yesterday, mobilized here and started clean and preparing for our job. This is Southwest Coating Services first complete interior envelope. We're doing ceilings, walls, floors on this plant turnaround. Pretty excited about it. Come on, let's take a look at what they're doing. Here we have Have in the background there. He is spraying dry fall to the ceiling. You can see right here, he's already completed a nice section in white. Day 5 at Perfect Clean in Northbrook, and we have begun block filling and finishing the walls first in the second room. Here in the second room we have a crew grinding away at the floor. I'll have you take a look at that. As you see, we revealed cracks in the floor throughout, and then we're just fine-tuning the grinding right now at the edges. And this area also has gotten our first grind, where we've brought down some of that existing coating, and it'll get another grind before the end of the day. We'll be cleaned off, ready for our final coats. Meanwhile, ceiling and walls are complete. We've got our primer on the ductwork here. Ductwork has been cleaned and primed and will receive orange per the customer specification. As you can see, walls are painted, the ceiling is done, and we're ready early next week to start the overcoat on the floor. We are day 8 at the Perfect Clean Northbrook project, and the floor here in the number 1 warehouse is ground down to a nice profile to accept the coating, and we are chasing cracks right now. We're running an epoxy patching compound into these cracks. And meanwhile, on the other side of the floor, we have Rego is now vacuuming the floor to finish up the prep to be ready to install the epoxy primer tomorrow morning. Day 9, and we've got the large warehouse ready for floor because the ceiling just got finished, as you can see, and so are the walls. Absolutely beautiful job. Boy, does it bring the light in. And now we've got a crew coming in here after lunch today. They will be cleaning this floor off, and grinding for the polish will start tomorrow. Meanwhile, our floor crew is completing the epoxy floor. They're mixing right now, and they are completing the epoxy floor in the second room. Let's check her out. We're back at Perfect Clean in Northbrook, and we are working the polish on the floor, and we're on our third grind right now. Check it out. As you can see, we've got our what is now our second grind in this area. You can see some of these real rough spots right here. That's the danger of working on an existing floor. Got a lot of spalling, existing spalling concrete, like so. We're going to show you how that turns out, so you have good representation. You can see all that scarring from deep cuts into concrete, spalls where it was failing. You know, we'll get a polish on this, but that is going to show through on the finish. You see those lines right there, okay, with forklifts grinding into that existing floor. Those long lines there. That will not be completely resolved, but the floor will turn out great. And this room, once it's done, will be one bright and beautiful warehouse. And of course, room number 1 is at the 90% complete stage. Ceiling, walls, and as you can see, the floor, absolutely beautiful. We got a night shift coming in tonight to finish up these windows. Okay, update. We're finishing up the polish now. Moved on to the polishing side of things on the floor. As you can see, they're taking a break. But we're now moving on to the ceramics, which is the next level. Meanwhile, the painting crew is just doing some cleanup on the ceiling that is now complete. We're doing some fine tuning on the floor here to prepare it for patches, taking out the metal bollards. And the orange has now been, that high gloss orange has been applied to some of the ductwork here. We've got a night shift coming in on that. Tight schedule here and looking like we're gonna meet that deadline. Cleaned up the windows, finished up that work. As you can see, the floor is perfect gloss. And we've got one section here we had to delay because a customer then decided to do the loading dock. And yesterday our crew knocked out the loading dock. Okay, we're on the final phase of floor polishing. You see we've got the Southwest Coating burnisher here. Just did a burnish coat for a final polish on this floor. And even though, you know, you've got some imperfections due to this being an existing floor, the gloss is phenomenal and really looks wonderful up close. And it's just going to be a great floor to have, which is going to be something they can maintain and clean and keep dust proof. And we like what we've got here. It looks great. We've got the final cut on this 1/3 of the floor, and we are preparing to vacuum and then do our resin polish on the last part of the floor here. What we have here is floor ground to 800 resin, which looks pretty solid. But then look at the difference between the 800 resin to the 1500 polish. Burnished at 1500 grit. Beautiful. Much glossier, much clearer look as opposed to the 800.